So I'm always thinking about feedback in my role as a consultant and coach. Many times I'm doing observations, walkthroughs, non-evaluative observations with staff, with the goal of then providing them feedback to help them improve. So yesterday on Twitter, I posted this. Feedback is valued when it is delivered with sincerity, grounded in practicality and actionable strategies, given in a timely manner. It's a collaborative process, meaning it's not one way, and it's provided consistently. So, as I think further about feedback, it's important to differentiate between feedback and criticism because there is a big difference. Criticism is an expression of disapproval of someone or something based on perceived faults or mistakes. Criticism, more often than not, is negative. Feedback, on the other hand, is information, advice, reactions that are articulated in a way to help someone improve. So as we think about feedback, when we go through and we look at some of those things that I mentioned before, research has shown many ways that feedback can be used to either help learners improve or even adults. So as we think about quality feedback, whether you're giving it to your students, to another adult, to a family member, think about this. Number one, you want to be as specific as possible. You don't want to just say, oh, you know what? Great job. That's awesome. Or, yeah, you're not quite there yet. It's not very good. So, you want to really take the time to tell someone what exactly they did right and why, and where they can actually improve and why. It's about growth. Number two, timeliness. Nobody likes feedback a week, 2 weeks, a month later. I know that for my teachers, when I did an observation, I returned the report within 24 hours. Why? Timely feedback is important, and then it can actually be utilized to improve sooner rather than later. So you want to make sure it's given, whether it's in a few hours, no more than a few days. Same thing with graded assignments. If you're going to give kids feedback, make sure it's timely. Number three, feedback should really articulate or address someone's advancement towards a goal. So when we think about our vision, our mission, expectations, goals, how well is someone advancing to that? So what evidence, information do we have that can help a person, whether it's a student or an adult, help achieve their goals? Next, you got to be careful how you present feedback. It shouldn't be an I gotcha. It should really be about growth. And that's the key, is how you present it. Some people do better with verbal. Some do better with written. Some might do better with a text, whether it's an email. I know for me, what I've been starting to do in coaching is after I will go conduct walks at a specific grade level, I'll provide then video feedback, which is immediate and can be watched over and over again. So you can't assume that, face-to-face phone call is the best way. So you really need to think about how we present that feedback. And finally, you have to involve others in the feedback process. Someone on Twitter said it shouldn't be a monologue, it should be a dialogue. And that is really what I meant by making it a collaborative process. People don't always have to agree with feedback, but having that dialogue really gets to the heart of having a conversation about where someone is, but more importantly, what they need to do to get to where they want or need to be. So as we think about that process, feedback is not one way. And you also have to give people time to reflect on that feedback and in order to basically improve what they do, whether it be learning in a classroom or professional practice. Again, we talk about criticism. I think we have to move away from that if the goal really is for growth and improvement. There is a time to criticize, but that's in private. And that really isn't about feedback. So if you want to help others get better, think about those qualities that I've mentioned and think about, what do you feel is important to help people get to where they need to be? How do you deliver feedback? How do you facilitate those conversations? How do you really use that opportunity to begin a dialogue about what's best for whether it's students, for your school, your district, or your organization? So hopefully this helps. When I upload this video to my YouTube channel and Instagram TV, I'll add some more context with some blog posts that I've written that really connect to the research. Happy Thursday, everybody.